Hi, I'm Pamela Stevenson, and I live in Dallas, Texas. I've been working in IT for over 25 years, and I finally decided that I should apply my experience to my education. I know, it should be the other way around, but I've always worked as a risk taker. I've worked in companies across Oklahoma, Florida, Texas, New York, and Tennessee. And I know it should be the other way around, but I can honestly say that my path has been more of a road less traveled. I started as a music major at OU on scholarship, and I detoured to meteorology, ironically enough, back to music. And then I started a publishing company with my husband and moved to Nashville, Tennessee. There we raised 2 beautiful children, and I worked in IT for the music industry. I started a little IT consulting business, which grew, and I was able to work in that space until 2000. Recently, we moved back to Texas, and since that time, I've worked for companies like EDS, Hewlett-Packard, and most recently AIG and HealthSmart. My goal is to go for the big dreams. Truly, the organizational leadership program at Texas A&M Commerce attracted me as I'm an entrepreneurial businesswoman, married mother of 2, and I want to strive for big dreams and see where I can take my career from here.
You're an angel. Thank you very much. That was awfully sweet of you. Thank you.
So what type of leader was I before enrolling in the organizational leadership program at Texas A&M Commerce? It's a very good question. And our Capstone 2 program wants me to answer that. Well, I would say when I began this program, I thought leadership was more about positional power. I had gone through leadership development training in various companies and had been mentored by some very good leaders throughout my career. It wasn't until I met a particular leader who had something different, something special, a way to connect with people who worked for them, a way to bring people together even if they didn't report directly to this person in order to achieve a common goal, to see a vision, to really get inspired to do work every day. This person had such gratitude for the people who worked for him. He had such kindness in his heart that we felt that he connected with us and cared about us truly as his employees. And I saw him work to serve others in every capacity of his life. I decided I wanted to be more like that person. I had had experience with other leaders or managers who were more task-driven, less connected with people, very goal-driven, and could get things done on a short-term basis. But as far as inspiring people and getting them to move ahead, overcome great obstacles and remove barriers, I really looked to this other leader that so inspired me. That's the type of leader I wanted to be, and I knew at that time I wasn't there yet. My hope is that the organizational leadership program would help get me there, get me closer to there, help give me tools from my toolbox so that I could achieve. So what did I learn from the organizational leadership program? Well, first let's start with issues in organizational leadership. This course taught me to recognize traits and behaviors in people and determine where I fit into that spectrum of leadership theories and traits. I found my strengths and weaknesses as a person, then applied this to the various aspects of my career, found areas where I could serve as a leader, and in many cases ended up leading in absence of other leadership. I started to break down barriers of fear, fear of public speaking, fear of making videos, things like that have always been a bit of a challenge for me. In recognizing where I have strengths and where I have weaknesses and where I can help evolve that further to proceed further in my career. We did study the methodologies, the theories, the processes, and we're able to reflect on that in real-life case study scenarios. I've been this way since childhood in that I love to lead and direct. Yet I was able to identify with this learning in this series to see where I can improve. Data-driven decision-making was a two-part series course where we really drove home the fact that data is there to support us in leadership, to help us tell the story through quantitative and qualitative information. We realize the power information has to help us make better decisions and create better solutions. We not only evaluated the methodology around key performance indicators, key goal indicators, and how to measure success across a new product or market, but we also learned how to apply that to analytics and statistics to show where we need to go from here, to identify markets that we can emerge into, to identify products that we can invest in, to identify what we need to decommission that's not profitable for us anymore. So ultimately, I've built enterprise dashboards across solutions for portfolios over 1.2 billion in size. We typically build those metrics off of key performance indicators, key goal indicators, client survey data, as well as actual performance across IT technologies, applications, network, security, infrastructure. In building those types of dashboards, what I learned from the data-driven decision-making is how we can apply that data to our business every day. I like to take a checkpoint of data in the morning, see how we evolve by the next day, and then by the end of a week or a month, make changes to shift that data in the direction we want it to go. In Behavior, Ethics, and Leadership 1 and 2, this is also a 2-term course, but I think I could have spent the entire time learning about this topic. I found this series most interesting to me as we learned how organizational leaders help or hinder ethical behavior in the workplace. Working in finance industry, healthcare, insurance, communications, government, energy, all of these industries are highly regulated. And there's a lot of different layers of leadership and management that are involved in the processes day to day. Understanding how each individual person can impact positively or negatively the rest of the organization and the performance of the company was really important in this space. I'm curious to see how we need to evolve as leaders as we face the age of artificial intelligence, working alongside human beings. How can we as leaders better adapt to the struggles, the conflicts, the behaviors, the ethics, and the morals that we hold as leaders as we move into this next phase of this next big thing, if you will, in our marketplace? This is where I'd like to spend my time. This is where I'd like to do more research. This inspires me. Leadership Theory 1 and 2 is a 2-term course which focused on the role, principles, and practice of leadership in organizations. We evaluated methods to analyze processes and address transformational change in leading organizations. Well, I've been the past Transition and Transformation Director for business process outsourcing at EDS, which later on became HP. This was back in the earlier 2000 to 2009. I found the coursework highly applicable to my day-to-day workplace, and I recognized opportunities to improve how I work to realize desired outcomes in organizations. 1 and 2 in this program bring everything together across a unique and focused body of work. We interviewed executive leaders for companies. And in my case, I interviewed a male leader of a small mid-sized company in the US and a female leader of a large global company across the globe. In each of these scenarios, each leader brought a unique set of traits that we could easily align to the theories and practices that we've studied throughout this course. Being able to recognize those leadership attributes that really resonate with companies based off company performance and company challenges. We could certainly take a very qualitative and quantitative approach to studying how leaders perform and ultimately then their impact on their organization. As part of our exercise as well, we got to go through the strategic case analysis and work through strategic planning based off of one of these company profiles. The strategic planning process is an intense process. Doing a strategic case study in the short time frame that we had really mirrored the types of challenges that we face in the workplace. I recall working at EDS and going through a global operations exercise where we were identifying the strategy for our products and services in IT. We went through gathering market data, gathering survey data, gathering competitive analysis, and we used the SWOT approach as well as PERT approach to evaluate those products and services and make recommendations to our executive team. This all came back to me in the Capstone 1 and really is culminating in this Capstone 2 summary for you. This program overall has changed my perspective and hopefully has grown my skills as a person. I feel better prepared to face challenges and opportunities which lie ahead for me. I'm interested in being an entrepreneur again, taking a new product to market as an inventor, and then also looking towards the future and how I can enter the C-suite for organizations that I work with. Today, I see myself more in the lens of what's possible. I face the day with less fear of the unknown and a renewed excitement for taking risk again and working with people to realize anything which is in sight to achieve. I feel more balanced as an individual in my approach to pursue the big ideas around the corner and the horizon. My hope is that others perceive me as a person who lives to serve others and help them succeed. That is my goal. I want to help as many people succeed as possible. I love to work. I love working with people, and I love taking organizations from where they are today to where they want to be in the future. Ultimately, where I go from here is realizing those big ideas, stepping into leadership when I see the need, with confidence, knowledge, fearlessness. I will pursue leadership roles in my current organization and eventually reach for that C-suite. I will launch a new business and I will take that business to market. I also, as mentioned earlier, am looking into advanced degree opportunities to pursue my curiosity in the world of organizational leadership. I look forward to the journey. Thanks to Texas A&M Commerce Organizational Leadership Program and our wonderful professors. Thank you.